There we are, riding fast. There I am, getting overtaken. There I am, eating some dust. There I slide. There I stall. Few moments of brilliance. A few moments of disaster. Hello and welcome to Motorized, the place for all your motorcycle hungers and needs. Welcome to another episode of UAE Enduro Adventure Exploration. I don't know who named that. It certainly doesn't sound like something I would do. Anyways, today we are in Wadi Helo. Start from Isfani.
No, we need to continue.
Whatever. It's funny, actually. It's a funny story how Isfani got its name. It's because when the British came along, so I don't know what happened there, but it was like something was funny there, and they were saying it's funny, and anyway, I got that story from a local. Don't take my word for it. Don't quote me on that. The beginning of the ride was kind of easy and boring as usual. Begin the ride, you're cold, warming up and looking for the right way to enter the trails. I kind of set an azimuth and we said we're going that way, and where from there, nobody knows. So a little bit left, a little bit right, as usual. Dedicated scout. Just get into some ugly trails and see what's there, and then if it's doable, which is commonly it's doable, but we can't do it. Yeah, I'll come and grab the crew. So yeah, here you see me, still cold and everything, but trying to plow my way through some rocks. You know how this, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know this is gonna end up in a dead end, right? So I might as well cut it, and go back to where we came from, but I'm not gonna. Just let you have a look at the type of terrain we are dealing with, and although down the road we have gone through some worse parts, this, when you just get started and get into this, I haven't been riding for 5 minutes and all this already, like, I'm just okay. That's what makes it fun, right? Anyways, after a couple of times I stalled it, continued down the road to pick the guys up, and we will indeed continue a little bit down the asphalt road, just as long as we stay en route to find the right bypass out of the asphalt. These hills that we are in today are not very tall, so I kind of expected there to be more kind of ways through. Unfortunately, not.
You know what I'm gonna say, yeah? We continue a little bit longer. No, this path here just comes to the gate. We continue a little bit longer than coming. Alright? Yeah, just here out and a little bit longer. Next ridge. This side is better. I don't know.
Yeah, so quite a lot of riding like this on the side of the road in the dry riverbed. I mean, we call it the dry riverbed. It's a wadi. It's basically a river only when there are torrential rains. It's not a real river, so to say. I don't know if there is a spring of water coming out of the ground or anything. There is literally water only when there are torrential rains. So it's also not bad, little bit, just as a warm-up. Get on the road, get out, try something, start over again. this was really a bit of exploration because you don't want to stay on the road, right? You just want to get into something, but everything I came to was like this. And this is not something you start with, yeah? You want an easy curve, to get you into the ride and then to end on a high note. But this one, this ride seemed to be kind of the opposite. It is one of the shortest ride we did as far as the kilometers go. However, it took us quite a while because, yeah, this. And there were 4 of us this time, 3 KTMs and my Donkey Honda. One of the KTMs was a big adventure 990, and Luca is experienced veteran rider, so he didn't have an issue riding with us amateur enduro riders, right? It's actually good. You get to learn a couple of things, pick up a few tricks, and just understand that bike is a bike. This ride ended up being a very teaching experience for me because of the things you will see in future. I learned a couple of things and I improved a couple of skills. However, every school costs, right? And we'll make a little balance book of how much this experience costed me. So in looking for all these little roads, I found one nice climb, and this was the first one for the day. It was a small hill that was leading up to that cell phone tower, and of course, dedicated scout. I went up to check it out, and actually I wanted to get some high ground to see the area from the top and understand better where is it that we are going. I've kind of been here before, but I don't remember completely the area, just kind of foggy. So it meant a lot to me to just see where we're going. And as you see, I don't have a GPS or anything. The guys did have. I kind of just wanted to, go for a ride and explore and see where it's gonna take me. So, like every climb in this region, this place is just loose, steep, and rocky, bouncy. See, like if you see on the left side, deep ruts, and everything is kind of loose, and I don't know. It is not the easiest place to get traction, especially when climbing. But this view, man, absolutely amazing. So yeah, I saw the bypass. It's not the first path, it's the second one on the going to the right. So I was like, okay, that's where we're going. I've never been through that bypass to go around the next village, but I passed and I always looked at it and I thought, okay, one day, someday. It looks different from far away when you see just from the road. It turned out not to be that tricky, but it definitely took us to some really sketchy areas. But we do it to ourselves. Now the descent is always more difficult than the climb itself, and if you've ever done it, you know it. It can be really difficult to make your bike go slow enough, especially if you're gonna come to a cliff or a hairpin or you have some switchbacks. You cannot carry a lot of speed, especially when you're like this on off-camber downhill. So I'm trying to lug it, but then I stalled it. So now I have two choices. Either I'm gonna stop right here, which is not a good place to stop, and try to kickstart it, let it go and bump start it, or just ride it like this down the hill in gear by clutch. I decided to do that and bump start it just a little bit down the road because that was no terrain for bump starting anything. Only thing I would bump start is my ass on the ground. So yeah, now I'm just gonna pop. Yeah. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. I'm so pleased that engines can actually do that, you know, like push, 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 drop.
Okay, I found the SFI bypass. It's right here around the turn, second right. Yeah.
Yeah, he said, yes, there is. We just saw it on GPS. I'm like, oh yeah, there is such thing as technology. Anyway, we took that road and gotten into this little Wadi Canyon. As I said, these hills are not very tall, not like some of the previous weeks when we had like hundreds of meters of walls left and right. I mean, everything has its own beauty and its own charm. So this kind of, I don't know, looks a little bit barren. I don't know. There was something about this ride. I cannot say I didn't enjoy it. I did, because there are points it was very technical, for at least for me, for us with our set of skills, that required some really good kind of decision making and balance, and you know, throttle and clutch control and braking, and it was a nice place to be, and the guys were nice, but something about this area that was just, I don't know, wasn't jiving with me. I was like, man, you know, I expected something else. I don't know. I can't say what's going on. But still didn't stop me from exploring and scouting every little path, like over here. I don't even know what this is. It's like, I don't know why they built this here. It's like a dam or something. I have no idea. I went up, showed the guys, yeah, let's go this way. Of course, they will follow until they overtake me and, you know, just go on their own. Rocks and more rocks, and then from rocks you get into deep sand, and then they start switching, you know, sand rocks, sand rocks, sand rocks, and it was tiring. And one of the things that I've learned during this ride is that the boys on their, I gotta say, more modern bikes. My XR 400 is 20 years old, and to be honest, I don't know and don't have a detailed history of this bike, although I kind of know where it's been and who had it before me and things like that. But I've noticed that these guys on modern bikes have a real advantage when it comes to suspension. I would occasionally sit on one of their bikes and just try it out, and you know, and compare it with my bikes on certain sections, just trying to see how much speed I can actually develop. And it's not because the bike won't go; it will go, but my suspension just doesn't flow as good as theirs, I guess. And I find it, especially when I'm trying to ride fast like this, I find it quite jerky, choppy, and it's difficult if the road is really bumpy. Not rocks, but if kind of there are little small like micro humps in the road, it just chops a lot, and I can't get really much traction. It doesn't stop me from riding it, but it's something to think about and something to look into, either you know, fixing, fine-tuning, changing, I don't know. And now I just cut from one to another, from one to another. There was a little bypass. It turned out to be a private property, so from that place we just made a little loop, turned, and then continued and continued, and there were not many kind of climbs, but places like this, yes, like really deep ruts, almost. I feel like I wish I was a better rider so I could kind of, just confidently, up and jump over this. That would be really pretty cool. Like this, I have to kind of be careful, but yeah, I'm trying to get that front wheel up when it comes to steep step ups and coming down, and yeah, my bike will definitely it will do it. However, we have put a smaller rear sprocket, just because I can get on sections
try on
sections
top.
where
No.
we are going.
Try on top. I'll try on top.
Higher speed. My bike wouldn't really go at higher speeds. The difference between the fourth and the fifth gear is negligible. I have no idea when I'm in fourth, when I'm in fifth, so it's kind of difficult. Also gives me better throttle control, especially when I'm climbing places and like this, because there is power from the engine, and like this I don't skid a lot. So I guess it is cheating, and it's something to help me while I'm still a very novice rider in this type of riding, because as I said, I've been riding motorcycles for a long time, but I do not have much experience off-roading. I'm just trying to acquire. I try to learn, and yeah, at some point in every rider's life you just get bored of every road you've been on, and when you live in a small country, especially like we do, and roads are limited and they're mostly highways. I mean, yeah, what am I gonna do? Get a gold wing? Come on. No. When I want a couch with wheels, I'll just get a bigger car. So anyway, this Wadi was soft gravel. Whoa, yeah, exactly. That's what's going on. It acts like sand, but it's not sand. It's hard, but it feels like it's soft. So the bike, as usual, will just want to go certain ways, and then you gotta let it do its thing, right? So a quick break and we continue. We stopped there, and then we saw a little path going to the right, and we're like, okay, we are here, we might as well check it out. Why not? So that's exactly what we are doing now, and it kind of looked promising from here, when you start on a path and you don't see what's around the corner, and it feels like, ooh, look at this, a rut. You go up, you go down, there's rock on the left, slide on the right. You feel like it's promising, but it didn't last for a long time, and one day I'll learn, I guess, that these paths don't go too far, too deep. So we came into this kind of a ditch. It is again another riverbed, and I stopped to check it out. It's about I would say about 80 centimeters, kind of a fall cliff. How much is 80 centimeters in feet? Well, I don't know, 2.5. As I said, probably a better rider could just jump in and fly out, yeah. But for me, these are all new things, so well, at least I'm trying. Yeah. I went in, managed to get out somehow, and to my surprise, yeah, it was a road to nowhere. So I went a little bit and seen that it just kind of ends up in this opening, but over there, I mean, as I said, probably if you wanted to make a path, you could. And then, yeah, I needed to get out, and this side was a bit steeper, so one try, two tries, and then I'm like, you know what, let me just clutch that and see if I can get it up, and yep, and I did, man. And then just get on it. Yeah, awesome. Man, I was so proud. You cannot imagine, you know, when like, I mean, if you ride and you know what it's like, this probably looks like nothing, but you know, for somebody like myself who hasn't been on, you know, so many trails, and it's really still learning stuff, it felt like, yeah, I'm freaking Grand Travis. Oh, but no. So continuing down in the riverbed on the side of the road again, because these are flood grounds and the water collects from all these mountains. It kind of rains heavily here during the winter, and that time of the year is almost coming, so I am going to go here again when it's all underwater, and it's going to be a completely different experience, and it's going to be green, and I always say that, you know, in a couple of months it's going to be awesome, but for now it is what it is. We'll create that into some other type of series, maybe some shorter videos, just highlights, who knows. I mean, to be honest, guys, I don't know where I'm going with these UAE adventure, exploration, enduro, whatever I'm calling it, series. It's just something we do, and you know, document it, leave it for us, for our friends, for anybody who wants to come, you know. And it's not, I understand these are a bit longer videos, and they take time, and but I mean, I sometimes like to watch videos like this. Yeah, shout out to awesome players, man. This is the format, right? And I like it, and I thought, yeah, you know, like, of course I didn't come up with this, but these guys are you know, something that inspired me to actually document our stuff in this way. So yeah, 4 of us today, and Saif and myself, and Luca and Julian, who we haven't had the pleasure of riding with before. We just hooked up with them for this ride because our usual Hishinama were not available this weekend, as it wasn't really a Friday, it was a Thursday, personal issues, doesn't really matter. Awesome guys, we like them, and if they ever want to ride with us again, they're absolutely more than welcome. So now we get into a really sketchy part. Getting out of this wadi was hard work, really. First, because of these rocks and the sand on the bottom, and then the rocks get sharper and you get on a steep incline, because there is a path. I don't know if we missed the entrance to the path or what happened, but apparently the only way to get there was the way we're going now. And this challenged, well, all of us except for Luca, yeah, because well, you'll see what happened to me. Julian had a nice little drop. Saif got stuck somewhere, and I had to go and you know, pull his bike yet again. You hearing this, Saif? I know he's watching this. Yeah. So Luca, of course, you know, veteran adventure rider. He took this with ease, must have find it very boring riding with us, but you know, can't say he wasn't warned. So now I'm trying to climb up, and as you can see, this is kind of an incline, and then it first climbing here, and these rocks, you can't get really a lot of momentum. I wanted to pass right here on the side of this rock, but I just couldn't get enough traction for momentum getting up there. And so I stopped for a second and just thought, okay, let me try to get some momentum. Went backwards and oh man, no, it didn't hurt. No, my bike is not heavy. It's easy to pick it up. But you know, when it wants you, it wants you. So see that? Shit. Yeah, that was me saying shit in slow motion. Oh man. So from this moment on, I'm practically riding without a front brake. I kind of managed to let it not fall off, and because I ride with one or two fingers on the brake lever constantly anyway, it wasn't a big deal. So I was kind of holding it, but I've noticed that actually the front brake cylinder wasn't really working 100%. It would get stuck, and you know. Anyway, we had this descent, and still my brake is functioning at least a little bit. So I just went with it, and this was. You can see that, like, the steepness. It is not that steep, but it is completely off camber, really loose, and there is kind of a step down rut. You will see now as Luca goes down on his 990, he will just kind of slide down in the rut, and it's a heavy bike, and I stall it as usual just because I don't have a brake, right? But not just because, I would stall it anyway. So I'm thinking how to do this. I'm like, okay, whatever, just feet on the pegs, you know, stand up, and apparently it was much easier than I thought it would be, and this gave me a real boost of confidence, you know, because I was actually practicing a couple of rides before. I would just find this is going to be difficult on downhills. I would just find like a side of a hill or a mountain and try to transverse it, you know, and with kind of carrying weight on one side and trying to press down on that off-camber side as much as I can to have the most surface of the tires so I don't really slide. And I was practicing it, but it wasn't. It was always kind of controlled. It was never like this where I kind of, you know, had to get down on it. And I was really proud. And that was the second thing I learned. And no, that was already the third thing I learned. Because the second thing I learned is, you know, that you can actually ride a little bit without a front brake, but not too much. And it brings me back to the cost. How much does it cost to replace brake lever and rebuild kit for brake master cylinder on a Honda XR 400? I'm gonna tell you the truth, not much. It wasn't an expensive school. It's probably gonna cost me like I don't know, $60. So better than I thought. And as we continued down, it was mostly flat, but like before, just changing between sand and rocks, and then as we got out of that riverbed, we came to this one, and again I just decided to go and scout the path. see what I will find. I was kind of looking around, and I was thinking, is it going parallel? Is it with that riverbed we came through or not? I'm trying to look left and right, and then I come over to this rut, big hole on the left. Again, a little bit of a steep climb, and I'm getting more and more confident, and I'm kind of happy about it. So the only thing that I actually found here was a family of donkeys, which were unfortunately scared off when they saw me donkey on Iron Donkey. So coming back, the same rut now, a different way. It was pretty easy, and I was really overall happy with the riding I've had this time. So now the area becomes a little bit faster. A part of sections here and there with big rocks, but for the most it was soft sand and soft gravel. So it is a place where you could really kind of develop some speed. However, I was pretty reluctant, considering the fact that I don't have a front brake. So I kind of wanted to go faster, but I didn't. And also there was that suspension issue, and here in this area it really became apparent to me as to how much better these KTMs were sprung than my archaic Honda XR. Not that I'm complaining, it still works, but as I said, it is definitely something to look into. I'll start simple, maybe check just to fine-tune the tension, compression. See that rebound in the back, it's too slow. I'll figure it out. I don't know. I haven't had a chance. First I'm gonna fix the brake lever and the master cylinder, and then I'll play with the suspension. After that, if I need to rebuild the shock, rebuild the front forks, or just change the oil, we'll see. Definitely, if I'm doing any of these things, I will post the videos, because it's most likely that I will try to just do it myself. And if I screw it up, I mean, just get a whole new unit, yeah. But this is how you get some experience and learn stuff, right? So yeah, this was beautiful, and I was pretty sad that I couldn't just get in a little bit faster, because here you how apparent it is that I don't have a front brake. Oh my god, lucky, absolutely lucky. I'm lucky, yeah, he's lucky too. So yeah, one thing I always want to say in these videos is my background music is from the guy called Raspberry Music. Goes by Raspberry Music on YouTube, and he creates no copyright music you can use on your YouTube videos. And I'll just go and listen to his stuff and follow the links in his videos, and just go and buy some tunes. Yeah, they're not expensive by any stretch of imagination, but if you want something different and help out the guy who works hard to compose and create this stuff, why not? I love his stuff, and I will use it all the time. So Raspberry Music, yeah. So this is one thing. Another thing is, guys, if you're in the UAE, we have teamed up with Motorhub Dubai to give you some mock-off products for free. 5 lucky winners every month for the next 3 months. So you can find out the details if you go and click on the link in the description of the video, which will take you to Dubai Biker Boys Instagram post, where we tell you what it's all about, and enter the draw, and you can get some mock-off products, whether it's motorcycle cleaner kit, helmet care kit, chain cleaner kit. We've done it because personally I was very curious about mock-off, and I wanted to order some for myself, you know, but I found out that they stock on it. I went there, we had a conversation, and you know, ended up doing a deal for you guys. So unfortunately this giveaway is only for the people who are in the UAE. However, there is my own giveaway. It's going to be a lead hydration backpack, 3 liters plus 10 liters, so 3 liters of water, 10 liters of space. It goes for about $200 in retail. I will give it to you for free and ship it to you wherever you are in the world. The draw will happen the moment I hit 500 subscribers on YouTube. So help me out, share my videos, tell the world, yeah? I mean, guys, I'm not making any money out of this. I don't even have 1,000 subscribers. I'm not even monetized, you know. I'm like, just because, you know, why the hell not? Like, everybody likes to get something for free, and you know, it's not a big deal, right? So having said that, yeah, go check out my Instagram page and Dubai Biker Boys Instagram page, and we are kind of working hard to get you guys more stuff, and we're not getting paid for it, as I said, or anything. We're not even getting products for ourselves, you know. We're still paying for everything that we take, but for you guys it's different. So yeah, help yourself, get some awesome stuff for free by helping our channels grow, yeah. And then in future, who knows, you know, we'll get bigger things, and it's easy. This kind of comes to almost the end of our ride. It was fun, but you know, everything comes to an end. So what happened at our very end was that we found out that Julian had a front flat, and we tried to do a roadside repair. He had a spare tube, and ended up getting like a pinch flat on the front tube, like on 6 places. Then we tried to patch up a brand new tube that was pinch punctured, and then that didn't work either. So we kind of found the nearest road, and got well, we left him there, like no, we spent a little time when we found out that it was hopeless, you know. Just decided to get a recovery for Julian, and the rest of us pissed off in our own ways. Luca took the road because he was an ADV, and myself and Safe rode back to our bikes. Me without the front brake. I mean, really, in this setup we couldn't have gotten any further, but in the end, altogether it was fun. We had some good laughs. It was tough. We learned a few things. And that's it. So yeah, see you in the next video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Ciao.